To save money, I made my wife pedal a bike to generate electricity, but she was already exhausted and could barely move. I quickly handed her a drink. The moment she took a sip, I told her to keep pedaling. As the wheels turned again, the lights in our house came back on. I immediately went back to playing my game, but then something unexpected happened. My wife fainted from exhaustion, the screen went black again, and I finally noticed her lying on the floor. After first aid, she slowly woke up. Tony told her she needed at least a month of rest. I asked if there was a faster way for her to recover. Tony said there wasn't, and that he would visit daily to check on her. I had no choice but to take her home. The next day, Tony arrived on time, but I stopped him, saying my wife had already recovered. Tony grew suspicious and rushed into the house. What he saw shocked him. My wife was pedaling the bike again, struggling to stay upright, and a doctor was standing beside her supervising. When Tony asked about her condition, the lights flickered and went dim again. I quickly gave my wife a sharp look. Tony noticed something was off. He stepped closer to question her, but I glared at her even harder, so she lied, saying she felt fine. Tony reluctantly left the house. Moments later, the so-called doctor took off his white coat in the car. He was the fake doctor I hired to fool Tony. But suddenly, Tony opened the car door and barged in. He had overheard everything outside. The fake doctor was terrified, but Tony had already come up with a plan. Meanwhile, I was watching TV again when the power suddenly went out. I thought my wife was slacking off, but when I turned around, she was still pedaling with all her strength. So I called an electrician, and it turned out to be Tony. Tony didn't believe a word I sent. He said he would call the police, so I told him everything. When I refused his demand, Tony pulled out his phone. He had recorded our whole conversation. I had no choice but to hand over the money. But instead of taking it, he walked over to my wife and gave her the money instead. Then he told her to leave me, to stop wasting her life on a scumbag like me. My wife hesitated. Then her eyes grew firm, as if she finally understood everything. She left with Tony that day, with no money left to pay the power bill. I had no choice but to get on the bike myself.